This is the machine shoulder press. I'm doing this one on the Hammer Strength isolateral machine press. If you have this machine at your gym, I definitely recommend using this one. The machine, the mechanics, how it's set up, allows for a really good arm path versus other shoulder press machines. Regardless of the shoulder press machine you're using, all the same tips apply. First up is the seat position. I like to set that seat at a height to where I'm at the bottom of the movement. I get a good stretch in the front delt, so where that hand is below or at chin level. I'm also using a pronated overhand grip, but if your machine press doesn't have this and only has, for example, a neutral grip where your palms are facing towards the center, you can do that one as well. Place those hands at a width to where at the bottom of the movement, that elbow is bent 90 degrees or slightly greater than 90 degrees. If you have too narrow the grip, you're likely going to feel it a lot more in the triceps versus the shoulder. Make sure you're tucked in all the way back on the seat, so I like to have those heels behind those knees so I could have a good support and a good arch in my back, and also kind of push those feet down and forward to help me stay in the seat. Before you get that first press in, make sure you're pushing that elbow forward, that way that the elbow is underneath that wrist. Same thing on that way down. When you're going down, make sure you're pushing that elbow forward, that way you're stacking that elbow right underneath that wrist. Try not to let that elbow go behind the wrist because that's going to put a lot of pressure on that shoulder joint, that rotator cuff, and that front delt. Make sure you're taking that eccentric nice and controlled, so 3 to 4 seconds on the eccentric. That way you can focus on pushing that elbow forward right as you start to go down and getting a good mind-muscle connection and stretch on that front delt. As you are pushing up, the biggest tip on this one is don't just push straight up. Imagine like you are pushing those hands behind your body. This is going to help you keep those elbows tucked in underneath those wrists and not over-engage the chest. As you are pushing up, also imagine like you're pushing those hands towards each other as well. If your shoulder press machine is well designed, then those handles will converge at the top, but if they don't, no worries, it's just going to help you get a little bit better mind-muscle connection and a better pressing path. Also, on that way down, imagine like you're also trying to separate those hands and those elbows apart. It's going to help you get a better stretch on that front delt and make sure you have a stronger pressing position at the very bottom. If your shoulder press machine is like this one, where each side is independent of each other, make sure you're hitting the same depth with each arm. As you reach closer to failure, you'll notice that you're going to be leaning to the side of the arm that you're weaker on, so make sure that you keep that core tight, that way you don't lean to one side too much. Let's grow those shoulders, and you know what to do, like and subscribe please.